I think he's a comedian.
Mike, I get you, bro.
No, it's not.
Which one is mine's ready?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Check. Oh, let's turn that volume down. Miscellaneous. All right, we're gonna do a first for open mic up here at Great Dogs. We got our first comedian of all time. Not to put him on the spot. Our first, our best. Possibly something else.
Drums now.
Mr. Bruce Jones.
No.
All right, thank you so much. I heard they were gonna heckle me out there. Don't worry, there's nothing you can say. There's nothing you can say that is worse than what my ex-wife has said to me. So I've heard it all. Yeah. I don't know what I mean, right? So. Yes, like I said, my name's Bruce. Came out here tonight, hang out with you guys, hopefully get you guys to laugh a little bit. A little bit about me, I just turned 40 years old on this last Saturday, so hit the big 4-0. Yeah. It was great. I made it until 8 a.m. on my birthday before I hurt my knee getting up off the ground. Yep, that was it. I was on wrestling mats, getting up, pulled something, don't know what it was. Yeah, that's how I started off my 40-year-old birthday. So I think the next step cruising into this is go ahead and schedule colonoscopy, order a big old, Costco pack of Ben Gay. I don't know, you guys got some more advice because, it hit me hard. It was like, I don't even know what it is. So
it's all freaking downhill from
I realized that because if I take the wrong step, I'm going to be going all the way down the hill. So, realized that pretty quick. Another thing, mentioned my ex-wife. I'm going through that whole deal right now, doing the whole separation thing. And part of that is the custody thing, the 50-50. And, originally I thought that I would have a really hard time, only seeing my kids, 50% of the time, it's kind of hard. And then, I realize like most parents will tell you that their most favorite part of their life is when they're with their kids, and the other favorite part is when they're not with their kids, right? It's kind of like you love them, and you love not being with them, so you kind of get used to that. It's like if you've ever gone on like a work trip away from your kids, and you're coming back, and you're in the airport, and you're about to get back to them, and you're like, I missed you so much, I can't wait to see you, I can't wait to give you a big old hug and everything. Then you hang up the phone and you're like, if my plane were to get delayed overnight and I had to sleep on the floor with no blanket and no pillow, it would still be better than having my 3-year-old kicking me in the spine, and asking me, who made numbers. Because yes, my 5-year-old asked me today, who made numbers? What's the biggest number? Things like that. So, I would say that my relationship between me and my ex has actually gotten a little bit better since the separation. I completely attribute that to the fact that we, split the kids. Because everybody always says, what's the hardest thing about marriage? Kids. That definitely, it changes everything. So, I think if more marriages worked similar to, doing the 50-50 thing, it would actually help the marriages out. So, say like Monday, Tuesday, mom takes the kids to soccer, does the school drop-offs, all that. Dad can go bowling or whatever dads want to go do. And then on, Wednesday and Thursday, Dad can do the drop-offs and, he can do soccer and all that. And mom can go hang out with her co-workers like, Eric, the guy that's really emotionally available and listens to her and, has a home gym and helps her stretch and, just lets her spend the night there. And I forgot I'm not in therapy right now. So anyway, I think it would all work out better for everybody. So like I said, I have 3 kids. They're all boys. I have 3 boys, 11, 7, and 5. And I was an only child, and all I had was female cousins. So nothing prepared me for boys, especially 3 of them. I have learned that boys have they hate clothes. They really do hate clothes. They want to be as naked as they possibly can, as often as they possibly can. And I realize they don't grow out of this because I want to be as naked as I can, as often as I can. And I'm sure most of the guys in here would agree, right? Yeah, right? You get home, you're like, shirt off, takes pants off. You know, we're pretty much just walking around in boxers all the time. I mean, ladies, have you ever experienced that? Your guys, you just walk around. Yeah, we're just walking around in boxers. That's pretty much what we like to do. The problem is when somebody comes knocking at the door unexpectedly, and I have to do the flight of the bumblebees and try to put on pants on all three of my kids, you know, because nobody wants to see that, you know, and they're all, you know, trying to get them all dressed. So if it takes me 5 minutes to get to the door, it's not because I'm ignoring you, it's because I'm trying to explain to my 5-year-old that no one wants to see his, you know, wiener turtle trick. Yeah. And all the guys here know exactly what I'm talking about, right? So it's, you know, and if you have a kid, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So one of the things that, you know, my 2 youngest sons, they're doing Spanish immersion, which is this really cool program. I don't know if you guys have heard of it, but it's basically they're learning Spanish in school. Okay, so yeah, so they're gonna be they're doing a Spanish immersion and stuff like that. They're learning some Spanish, and that's pretty cool. But the problem is, I don't speak a word of Spanish, and so that kind of has caused a problem where they got this little special language that they have, and so they'll start talking to each other in it. The other day they come home, one of them gives me a big old hug on my leg and goes, "Hola, Papi Cabezon." I thought, well, that's a pretty nice, strong sounding word. Like, I kind of like that. The other one comes up and he goes, "Hola, Papi Cabezon." And I'm like, oh, I don't think that means what I think it means. So of course I go to good old Google Translate and I put it in. So I put it in here, you know. And of course, it's not what I think it means.
Big-headed daddy.
Oh. Yeah, so that's what they were calling me. They were saying, "Hola, big-headed daddy." So I definitely got to get some Rosetta Stone and start figuring that stuff out. You know, so that's definitely something interesting. So also part of this whole, you know, separation thing is learning how to date again in 2024, which I hadn't had to do for a long time. You know, back in 2000, you know, 16, 17 years ago when I met my ex, I met her line dancing, and then I asked her for her MySpace username afterwards. Now, yeah, you laugh, you might think that's kind of weird, but I mean, she married me, so, you know, obviously it worked. But I realized that this whole online dating thing that we got going on now is pretty much guys sending out 25, 30 likes every time they get online, and women getting 25 or 30 likes a day and saying there's no good men out there. So I realize that's kind of what we got going on in the online dating world now. But yeah, I think that's kind of a tough thing. You know, it's kind of just crazy. I got it, man. Don't worry. I won't go as long as the last guys. Yeah, so I know it's pretty tough out there as far as the dating thing goes, so that's kind of why I started doing some of this stand-up here. I was kind of wondering, is anybody here actually on, oh, well first, has anybody here actually like met someone on online dating? Right there? Yeah. All right, there you go. Hey, look at that. See, so it does work for some people. And are you guys here on a date? Well, official, unofficial? Are you guys here on a date, just unofficial? All right. Or is anybody else here just here because they got kicked out of their parents' Netflix account, so they have nothing else better to do? Well, either way, if you have, you know, I gave up on the online dating thing. I decided to do comedy instead. So if you happen to be a single lady and want to give your MySpace address, username later, hit me up. You know, love to, you know, hang out. I'll get some Netflix and we'll chill or whatever those kids do nowadays and ride the gritty and all that good stuff. So is that a thing that we do now? I don't know. But anyway, my name's Bruce. Y'all guys have a good night.